This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Good evening and welcome to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You are watching the Altus Bulldog Coaches Show with head coach Jeremy Reed. We are here at a new location. We are at Brew Coffee, Tea, and Espresso here at Jackson County Memorial Hospital. So a big shout out to them for changing things up with us. We're still going to be having our coaches show at JD's Hideaway, but that's going to happen during basketball season. So that's a new thing that we're doing as well. But, man, let me tell you what. It is football season, okay? We are excited. Week 0 is it's game day week already. So it's time to go. And so this Friday night, the Altus Bulldogs will travel to Ardmore and take on the Ardmore Tigers at Noble Stadium in Ardmore, Oklahoma. Now, before we get started, you guys know who I am. My name is Coach Tovar, and the man, the myth, the legend himself, our head coach, Coach Jeremy Reed. Coach, how you doing, man?
Good to be here.
Yeah. So 0 week, Coach, talk to us a little bit. How you feeling? How are things looking? I know that you've been itching to get back on the field, and what are your expectations? What are you looking forward to this season, starting here with this first game, week 0?
Well, I can't wait to get to Friday night at 7 simply because leading up to it is to that first game is there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot to, and then when you play in week 0, it's just an enormous amount of preparation it takes to make a football team have an opportunity for success.
Yeah.
You know, when you're talking about special teams and of course offense and defense, and then you throw in travel and all, you know, there's just a lot that goes into it. And so I'm ready to get to the point of being able to play because the things that it takes to get ready for the first game is somewhat overwhelming, and we're at that point of ready to go play. Yeah,
most definitely. And so, Coach, it's been a really good spring. As you know, we had really good workouts during spring ball, and I can tell you that from what I saw some significant growth and potential in all of our boys, from our youngsters coming in, our freshmen, all the way up to our seniors. And so, what are your thoughts about what you've seen from this summer into spring ball, into spring? We had spring camp and then tune-up camp, and then right into leading up to week 0 play.
Yeah, with football, it's a 9-month build-up from when you're done back in early November, and our kids at the high school starting in January would lift 4 days a week at 7:15 and get done, and at about 8:20 they would shower. We started in January the high-protein breakfast, and would take them over and feed them, and so we would do that 4 days a week with a book study on Wednesdays, and that went January all the way through May. And we can see the benefits of what we were trying to do, strength and speed and nutritionally, because we are bigger. Yeah. We do have added speed and strength. That was evident over at Weatherford when we were able to scrimmage last Friday. And so the amount of time and energy it has took to get to this point for the kids is pretty substantial. Spring ball went well. We had a lot of kids out with injuries just due to other things. It wasn't necessarily football related. I mean, it was injuries that happened. And so we didn't go to a team camp. We only did our spring practices, our 10 allotted practices in Altus, and then wrapped that up and rolled into summer. Summer's a 4-day Monday through Thursday process for us. We were able to do a 7-on-7 tournament at Plainview. We did 7-on-7 league play at Cache. So we did that in the month of June. Then July rolls in and we do our tune-up camp. And so there's something that literally has been going on since we quit playing last November. And now we're at this point of where we're back into getting to go compete. And, the fun thing for me is to see the growth in our kids physically, but even more so mentally. We are so much farther ahead mentally than we were a year ago. It's going to give us a substantial chance for success that maybe we didn't have that a year ago, really.
Yeah, and so going into season 2 for you back here, obviously you've talked about it. We talked about it last season throughout the coaches show and stuff like that. But coming into this new season, just being around you and just all summer, I can tell that you're excited, you're itching, and getting ready to play out there. And I mean, things do seem a lot different. There seems to be a better, I guess you can say, continuity with amongst the players and teams. Numbers aren't where we want them, but from what I've seen, we have the right numbers. We have the right kiddos there.
Well, we got the right kids in the locker room that want to be a part of this, and some kids chose not to. That's their choice. Yeah. But the kids we have in our locker room, I'll go to battle with these kids anytime, any place, because they've made some hard choices to stay in this game. Yeah. We've got a senior class that has been through a lot of difficulties in their 4 years, and this class is different because they do love each other and they do trust what we're trying to accomplish, and they put that trust in me and our staff, and you can just feel a total difference in how that has gone. And we've had our valleys in the off season with different, personnel changes of kids and different things. But I know right now there's no thoughts of that. The thoughts are how much better that we can be because of what they saw at Weatherford, and our practices have been substantially better. And so I'm excited for them because of the valleys they went through. Now they're able to come up and hopefully reap some of the benefits here up on the mountain maybe.
Yeah, and so let's talk about it, Coach. You've kind of hit on it a little bit. We did scrimmage the Weatherford Eagles here this past Friday. Saw some really great things. Saw some things that got to tune up on and fix and stuff like that. But that's what the scrimmage is for. Yeah, is being able to see our guys go up against a different defense and not just our regular, just a different team in general. Mm-hmm. And so. Talk to us a little bit about that, and then Altus is going into a brand new district this season as well, which lays out pretty well for the Altus Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so going over to Weatherford was gonna be interesting for me because Weatherford returned. I know defensively it was either 9 or 10 starters. Yeah. Offensively, I don't know the number. I just know they returned a lot. So it was a senior-laden, older team, and last year we went and it wasn't an absolute steamroll, but they got after us pretty good. We couldn't match their physicality. Things would go bad. We back crawled instead of jumping forward when something bad happens. Total opposite this year. Yeah. They scored once on our defense the entire night. The rest of the night our defense was just crazy flying around the ball. The energy, the enthusiasm. You could stop the film anywhere, and there's just tons of blue jerseys everywhere. Nice. And so, that's what you want to see from a defensive perspective. And, our kids were just having fun, running around having fun like we do on defense, And so offensively, we knew it was going to be tough just because they did bring back so many. We had some flashes, but, like any sport, when you start your season, you're going to be behind a little bit on the competitive speed of what another team is doing. It's not like practice. It's not like you're going against at practice. So we were literally a step or two away on so many plays of, having really explosive offensive plays that I think we learned from that in a good way, where we'll see a big, big difference this week as we travel to Ardmore. And you got to do that in football when you're, it's not like coaching at the 6A level where you got all offense on one side and all defense on the other. You can come together, you can go one-on-one, first group, and you can get some really good idea of game speed. That's how it's done in college. This level, you just can't do that. I mean, there's not enough. We don't have a split team. So that's what happened at Weatherford, and it was all positive. There was no negative whatsoever regarding our play. So, the scrimmage served its purpose of what it should be. Regarding the district, I'm excited about the new district because I feel like the 5A West coaches did a good job of balancing the top end of 5A on the west side of the state and the bottom. You got to take care of the top 8 and try to disperse the power.
Yeah.
And we used the last 2 years' records, so obviously we're not faring too well in the last 2 years. So for us to come out in a district that has some availability to go, we can absolutely compete for the playoffs. I think that's all you can ask for when you've been down the last few years. And so everybody's going to see the top 2, and they're going to talk about that. I personally think shouldn't even be talked about. I mean, no disrespect, but we got to win some games before you can start talking about the top of the district. I mean, why talk about Carl Albert Guthrie when we're 2 for the last 36?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
That's not the major concern right now. We've got to get back on track of winning football games consistently to start moving up that ladder like we used to be. We used to be at the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
We know what that feels like. Well, we're at the bottom. So let's climb that ladder like a person does, one step at a time.
Yeah.
And so still going to be tough. You still got teams other than those 2 like El Reno, who's very, very tough. You've got Noble, who's been pretty consistent the last few years. Lawton High's dropping down. And then you've got Western Heights and John Marshall. So there's a lot of opportunity. That's what it is. It's a good opportunity. I think we've got the right formula if we can stay healthy to really have a fun season and see what happens after week 10.
Yeah, and so, I mean, you use the perfect word there, opportunity, because the teams that we're going to be facing, like you said, when you look at our district, okay, everybody is going to see Carl Albert. They're like, oh, my goodness, we got to play Carl Albert. And you and I have talked about this, and I know that, when, you coaches were in talks like this, you plainly asked us, like, who would you rather play? And honestly, I'd rather play a Carl Albert in season rather than knowing that if you get that 4 seed, you're going to have to more likely face a Carl Albert. And, but, I mean, you got your Carl Alberts, again, a lot of Oklahoma City area where we're going to be going, some Middale, and then Guthrie, of course. But the preseason, I'm telling you, I mean, the schedule this year, Coach, really lines up, like you said, to be a fun, opportune season to get some very well needed wins, which will change the morale, which will change everything. And I mean, with each win, you're going to see a different team come out hungrier, more eager. It's not like they're not wanting that already.
Yeah.
Because these boys, like you said, these seniors, it's a special group of seniors. And, they've been through thick and thin. They've been through countless coaches. They've been through the ups. They've been through the real down lows. Yeah. But they've never given up, and that's what I've always admired about them. So I'm super excited. We face off. We open up this Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, 7 o'clock at Ardmore, Noble Stadium. We're going back to your familiar area back there, right? And so going to go and take on the Ardmore Tigers, which they've dropped down to 4A now. And so just a lot of things changing. Last year we played Elgin. Elgin's now dropped down. And as I, was looking into that, realizing that, you've got your Bishop McGinnis's and stuff like that, how they stayed up, like, with them being private, and it's based off of their success within all their sports. And so, in all reality, they should be playing a 4A, but since they're private, they, they bump up to that 5A. Elgin bump back down. And so, but, a lot of just shifting. You're not going to see our regulars like Mac and all that other
Duncan.
stuff. But, and Duncan. Yeah. But it's something fresh and new, and I'm excited, Coach.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The schedule is still tough.
Yeah, it is.
When you talk about Ardmore, golly, a lot of battles with Ardmore. And I don't think we've beat them since 2015, if memory
You're right.
serves me correctly.
Yeah.
And so, there's a hurdle to get over there. Elk City has been on a roll here for several years, and they bring back everybody. Cash, we've never beat them in football. That's the third game. And so there's a lot of opportunity, but there's still a lot of hurdles to get over that we have to do mentally as a team to get past some of these teams that we haven't had success with for whatever reason. And then we jump into our district. El Reno's the first game, and then we get – can't remember which one in order – Western Heights and then John Marshall, or vice versa. And so Yes, I believe the schedule is set up well for us for where we've been, but it's really going to boil
tough.
down to being healthy and progressing as a football team to get better each and every week on the things that we know that we got to get better at.
Yeah, well, Coach, I'm excited, and I know that you're itching at the seams to get out and have some real live football. Again, we saw you got a taste of it on Friday versus Weatherford in a scrimmage, but now it counts. And not everybody in the state is going to be playing on week 0. Altus usually does, and so we're going to have a lot of eyes on us. And so, Coach, I know that you and your staff are going to have the boys ready and prepped, like you guys always do, leave early, take a little break, eat some lunch, and then just get their mind set and ready for Friday night, as that's a long drive for us. And then, of course, now it starts, Coach, and we're rolling right into November, like you said, and hopefully, if the stars align and the cards lay out, a little further than that. And so I'm excited, Coach. I know you are as well. Any last words to the viewers that are going to be joining us here this Friday night as we take on Ardmore? Or
no, just I hope you can appreciate the work these kids have put in and understand that it's a process, and watch how they play. We talk to them all the time about you can show how much you love your teammates by how hard you play. Yeah. And if that is true, then last Friday was an indication that they sure love each other a lot. Yeah. Because the effort was unbelievable. And, we believe that's also a representation of who we are as an Altus community. Yes, sir. And so we want to play so hard that no matter what happens, everybody that, wears blue and white is very proud of the football team. So we're excited. We're going to take it one play at a time and see what happens on the outcome. But they've done everything that they've been asked to do to this point. So hopefully they can reap some of those rewards. Yeah, and so just real quick, Coach, I do want to, if you can, just let the viewers know, because those that are going to be watching online, or even when we have our first game here, not this Friday, but next Friday, going to see some new faces on the sideline. We did bring in a new offensive coordinator, Coach Webb. Yep. If you just give us a little backstory about Coach Webb, and I think that's the only coaching change, right? Yeah. I hired him at UConn back in 2019. He was GAing at Harding, and we had mutual connections there, and so hired him at UConn. He was there with me in 1920. He was there in 21 and 22. Last year he was over in Arkansas in El Dorado, and then I tried hiring him here last year, and things just didn't work out. Yeah. But was able to get him back this year, and he just does a phenomenal job with building relationships with kids. Yes, he's phenomenal in strength, conditioning, speed, those kind of things. It's a real passion of his, and we're already seeing big benefits with our junior high kids who are in his athletic leadership down at the junior high, and he was here all summer. So we couldn't be more excited to have Colby back with us. Yeah, so that is awesome. You got to know him this summer too, and so just really, just brings this. Your coaching staff is always got a fire lit under him, but he just brings this youthful fireness, and he's all business when he needs to be all business, and that's what I like about him, because he's young. Coach, you and we're now the old guys. So I'm not used to this. I know, right? I used to always be the young guy. Yeah. Now I'm the old guy. Yeah, but Coach, man, listen, I am excited, and I know that, like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Reed here is going to have his and his staff are going to have the boys prepped and ready to play, and so make sure you tune in here. If you can't make it to Ardmore this Friday night, make sure that you tune in to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You can download our app on any streaming device, whether you have a smart TV, a smartphone, a tablet. The Oklahoma Sports Network app is available. And the great thing about that, Coach, is that Altus is the very first channel there. It's the first thing you see. You can't miss it. And so all you got to do is click on there, and you will see Altus versus Ardmore. And all you got to do is push play, and you're good there, all right? If you're old school, kind of like how I mentioned to Coach, and we kind of agreed we're the old guys now, and you don't really do apps, but you do the interwebs. Okay, www.oksportsnet.com is a way to watch it as well. But I'm telling you, it's at the ease of your fingertips. Go download the app, and you can have it available
on all devices. Last year on our off week, Coach, I had my phone going, I had an iPad going, I had the living room TV going, I had the outdoor TV going. I was just going, watching all of our, I mean, we offer 13 schools now across the state, and then we partner with Bravado, who does the east side. So big things are happening for the Oklahoma Sports Network, and we are ecstatic to have Altus on board with us. And Coach, we know that you're gonna have our boys ready, and I'm excited. Like it's football season. Griffin, are you ready? All right. Well, Coach, I'm going to let you go. Coming up next, we are going to talk with the Altus High School Lady Bulldogs softball head coach, J. Rob herself. They have done some awesome things. I'm going to talk to him a little bit about the last venue that they got to play, which just was amazing, Coach. I talked to the girls, and I was like, so how did it feel to play on the same field that, Oklahoma won back-to-back national championships, like where the Olympics are going to be held in 2028. So I'm super excited to talk to Coach J. Rob and the captains of that team. So again, thank you, Coach Reed, for joining us. We will see you again next Wednesday at the same time, same place here on the Coaches Show. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. Again, you've been watching the Altus Bulldog Coaches Show with head coach Jeremy Reed, live here at Brew, Coffee, Tea, and Espresso on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Wichita Insurance is your true homegrown insurance agency found right here in the heart of Southwest Oklahoma. We take pride in taking care of our own around here, whether it be your business, home or auto, farm and ranch, life insurance, bonds, or crop insurance. We're here to help make sure you're taken care of. Come see us at any of our convenient locations in Altus and Mangum, or give us a call at 580-301-6352. We look forward to making you part of the Wichita Insurance family.
Strong Tower Ministries strengthens the church by connecting and engaging visitors in the true Word of God and belief in Jesus Christ. Come worship with us at 805 Martin Luther King Road in Altus, Oklahoma. Sunday morning Bible school starts at 9 a.m., followed by worship at 10. Can't join us that morning? We also have Sunday evening services starting at 4, and youth services are on Wednesday nights at 6:30. Your ministry is found where you've been broken. Your testimony is found where you've been restored.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You are watching the Altus Bulldog Coaches Show with head coach Jeremy Reed. Last segment, we were able to talk with the Altus High School football head coach Jeremy Reed, and talking about the scrimmage that they had here this past Friday versus Weatherford. And then, of course, we open up football play week 0, traveling to Ardmore to take on the Ardmore Tigers. That is going to kick off at 7 p.m. Noble Stadium in Ardmore, Oklahoma. Again, if you can't make it, you can watch it live here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Myself, Coach T, Coach Clothier on the call, and bringing in, J-Rob, I've been moved up to the high school to teach a class that I've been able to put kind of a curriculum together. I've been begging to do this. Finally got the approval, and I am ecstatic for the first OSN intern that is working with us. Griffin Marshall. He's big time. Stud baseball player. He can't strike me out, but he strikes everybody else out. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Excellent guy. He's going to be producing for us. And so you've already seen his work already, as him and Coach Clothier called a volleyball game for me earlier this week as I was in practice. Due to heat, we've been having to push practices way back. So thank you to those guys. So this team, Wes as well, our camera guy, the Four Horsemen, as I like to call us. We are going to travel to Ardmore and broadcast some Bulldog football for you. But before we do, we are talking here with Coach Jessica Robinson. Okay, Jessica Robinson. I like to call her J-Rob, and she is the Altus High School Lady Bulldogs softball head coach. And Coach J-Rob, first and foremost, how you doing?
Doing great.
Doing great.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
All right. Well, I always. I know that I can count on J-Rob because I was like, okay, we're kicking off the coaches show. I said, we got softball season going. We got volleyball season going, but I had to talk to you, Coach, because you guys are. I mean, I was with you guys all summer.
Yes,
you and your
you
girls.
were. Yep.
You and your girls early in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Summer Pride, working on speed and agility. You really got to bond and really get to know your girls, and a lot of them will carry over to basketball with me, and so super excited. But man, I tell you what, you guys have been balling. Like, I mean, you got a stud little team. Like,
we have a good team. We do. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this team, J-Rob.
Well, I do think this team is special for a lot of reasons, but we have a good large group of seniors, core group. We have 6 of them. And they're all doing, I mean, pretty much everything for us. They're in the field, our best players, best hitters. I mean, they're driving the bus for sure.
Yeah.
So good team. We got a lot of young talent. We got Griffin's little sister, Maggie. She's behind
Susan
the dish.
is what I like to call her.
Susan is catching. We've got Kira Osborne. She's a pretty stud little freshman. She's playing shortstop, and they're both hitting well. And, just got a solid team. Got a few juniors that contribute. I mean, everyone's doing their part, but just a really good group that's been here for a while, has bought into what we're trying to do, and want to do things the right way.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I mean, just the cohesiveness with, obviously, your seniors, your upperclassmen, your seniors, your juniors, and your freshmen that were freshmen last year, now sophomores. They've all played together.
Right.
They've got that continuity. But this freshman class that came in, it's just, I was just really impressed, just seeing them this summer on how they all meshed well together.
Right.
Everybody showed up for each other. The love from the seniors down to the freshmen was awesome. There was never any seniors that I saw that were like, hey, I'm a senior. Don't talk to me. I've been here for 4 years. My name is Macy Hayes. No, Macy wasn't like that. No, Macy was always. I mean, that's the great. Not just Macy, but Jenna. Savannah. All of those girls. And I was just really blown away. And I was just telling myself, I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, if they're like this at a workout at 7:00 in the morning,
right. In the summer,
in the summer when they could be sleeping in or they could be doing other things, then I am excited to see what they do on the ball field. And we saw some great things, Coach.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this year. What's your record so far?
So right now we're 7-6. We've gone up against good competition. We're 2-0 in our district. We have a district matchup Friday night lights softball style.
Yeah.
But we play Duncan Friday night. They're good competition and top of the district. One of the top teams past few years. They have a lot of talent, and so looking forward to playing them and getting our chance out of them on Friday night.
Again, listen, I mean, Duncan is a huge rival to Altus ball squad as well. But I mean, put it on them. Are y'all playing there or here?
We're playing here.
Oh, then put it on them.
Oh yeah.
Again, I'll try to. I'll make sure that I'll be texting somebody to try to get some updates so that we can let our fans that are watching the football game know what's going on as well. And so, but so 2-0 in district. That's not bad. And let's see here. In our district, we have Duncan. Who else do we have?
Elgin, Lawton Eisenhower, Lawton Ike, Guthrie. Okay. And Guthrie, state finalist last year. So and so got them and leaving somebody out. Elgin.
Elgin,
Elgin.
You said Elgin, yeah. So Elgin stayed 5A in softball.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, but okay. So that's great. Ardmore. Ardmore. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's crazy how, like, back in my day when you changed classes, every sport changed classes. Yeah. And so now you got football going down to 4A, basketball staying at 5A, wrestling going down to something. It's wild.
We do 2-year district assignments. Ours is actually up, in October, and so we'll be on realigning.
Okay, realigning.
Yeah, things will be moving around, I'm sure.
Excellent. Well, what I am excited about is one of the big things is our school season. As we were reporting back to school as teachers, You know, you guys are coming off a massive win over a team that has had our number. Okay, a team that has had our number, a team that has amazing facilities. I'm telling you, I am jealous of their facilities.
Same, yeah.
From their basketball gym to their baseball, softball, amazing. I mean, Piedmont has done some great things out there. Congratulations to you guys. Ours is coming, ladies and gentlemen. But able to pull a win off of Piedmont, who had made it to, they've been to state the past couple of years.
Won it the last 3 years.
Yeah, they won it so won it the last 3 years. Yeah. So how did that feel, Coach?
It felt good. It felt like we were kind of getting closer to our potential. You know what I mean? And in summer, it's just a great boost of confidence. You know, knowing that you have that level in you.
Yeah.
I think that just shows you the key pieces that we have when they perform well, you know, and I mean, you know, she's coming up, but she's our glue piece, you know, for us. And when Macy's doing well, we're doing well.
Yeah, Macy is Macy has dubbed the nickname for me Silent Assassin.
Yeah.
She doesn't like it, but that's who she is. She's a silent assassin.
She is.
I've just it's crazy because she's got a whole nother gear in her that you really like. I mean, you can see it on her face. You know when she's determined and when she's upset, and she's going to give it her all.
She's a competitor,
but she still does it with a smile, like, you know. And so, but I'm super excited for you guys. But I'm telling you, man, tell us. And the fans that are watching, the millions of fans that are watching, Coach J. Rob, I'm telling you. I mean, hey, listen, I tweeted out that J. Rob's back on the coaches show. And, man, I'm telling you, we got a bunch of feedback. J-Rob, whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm telling you, it was crazy. Sure. No, I'm not lying.
You wouldn't do that.
No, not at all. But, man, how did you, like, I mean, was this a new festival that came together to be able to play at the Hall of Fame field in Oklahoma City? Like,
right.
I mean, so much tradition, so much like you know, I'm talking exciting ball games that we've seen, like back to back national championship wins by the University of Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner. That's right. And I mean, I think total of 8. Where are they at now? 10 national championships that she's, or 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
Yeah, 8 or 9. I mean, Patty Gasso. I mean, that's the house that Patty Gasso built. Let's just be honest. And so you're right, Goat. You know, I mean, wow. Like, I mean, the Olympics are going to be there.
I know. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, we have to go. And I don't know what it was later when we were looking at the schedule, and I saw it come through. My friend that works for USA Softball, and she was director, and they were putting it on, and I was like, oh, we have to go. You know? And so just the opportunity to play there. I was telling the girls when I was younger, before they built out the stadium, you know, it was just the seats behind the backstop. And I can remember going, like, my mom taking me to the games, watching Jenny Finch play, and like